Hi friends, I'm Allie. Welcome back to my little bookish channel. I have been really wanting to do this actually. It's the end of year book tag and I've sort like this has been doing the rounds a little bit. I think I'm a bit late to the party, but I thought why not do it now? So there's only 6 questions, so it's gonna be really quick. Let's get straight into it actually. So the first question, I'm just gonna on my laptop here next to me, is are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? 2 books come to mind and they're right next to me. So the first one is one that I started, God, this is embarrassing. I started this in March. It is now November. It's Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Nietzsche. I don't know why I haven't picked this up since, because I was actually quite enjoying this on like an ideological level, more like a philosophical level, sorry. There are some things in here that I don't necessarily agree with, but it was written in a specific context, and that was Nietzsche's own contemporary time. I want to finish this year. This is like one of those books that I feel like it's haunting me. And when I started reading it, I felt like at the same time everyone was reading Nietzsche. Like it was all over my bookstagram, it was all over TikTok, and I was just so confused. But this is definitely one that I want to finish very, very quickly, like before the end of the year. I don't have that much to go because a lot of this is like end notes. So Thus Spoke Zarathustra is one. And then this is one that I recently started that I want to make sure that I finish by the end of the year. It's East of Eden by Steinbeck. I powered through the first 57 pages of this, I think it was last week, but I haven't picked it up since. I didn't realize how readable this was, but I've just been, I went to Phillip Island and then just didn't, like I haven't picked it up in the interim. So this is going to be one that if I finish, I'm going to feel really accomplished by it. So I therefore have to finish it before the end of the year, because I want that feeling of accomplishment and achievement. But definitely these 2 books I think are the main 2 that I really need to finish this year. And so the second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year with? I'm Australian, so we're not transitioning into autumn, we're transitioning into this weird, the weather's been fucking weird here in Melbourne, not gonna lie. Like today was 27 or something, but it's raining. So it's like a weird, hot, humid, but also freezing cold sometimes. But in terms of books to transition into this weird spring summer season here in Melbourne, I don't think I have a book that I like set out for it to be specifically for the transition. However, if you've watched my cozy recommendations video, you know that cozy is a mindset, and cozy is what a lot of people kind of relate to autumn. So I recently read Bookshops and Bonedust by Travis Baldree, and I think that's a perfect transitional book. I think it's perfectly transitional and cozy for any season, but I think specifically like for me in Melbourne, it was a gorgeous book. I read that in Phillip Island. My buddy read it with Hannah, so it just felt perfect. You know when you have such a great reading experience that it just automatically enhances the book itself. That was that experience. So Bookshops and Bonedust, definitely. Number 3 is there a new release you're still waiting for? I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. I don't think so. I think all the books that I've been anticipating have come or have been released. I don't think there's a book as of right now that I'm still waiting for. We could have a look, I guess, but I'm pretty sure no, there's no books. I was looking forward to Electo the Ninth by Tamsin Muir, but I don't know what's happening with that one. Does anyone know what's happening with Electo the Ninth? Because I've been desperate for that book. I've been desperate for the conclusion of the Locked Tomb series, but also if she needs to take time, then Tamsin Muir can take as much time as she needs, because I don't want my heart to be absolutely decimated. But I was looking forward to that one. That's the only one that I can think of. I have no idea when or if that's coming before 2024. So I'm not too sure, but that's really all. Everything has been released that I was waiting for, I believe. If I remember, I will write it in the description box, but I'm pretty sure I'm all good. Question 4 is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Just 3? Just 3? There's so many, but there's not enough time. So I've tried to keep it just to 3 for this particular question, even though I'm gonna have an extra 2 for the next question. Anyway, it's fine. They're mostly, I think they're all 2023 releases. The first one is Iris Kelly Doesn't Date by Ashley Herring Blake. This is book 3 in the like Delilah Green Doesn't Care series. Is there a specific name for this series? Like there is a name for the series, I just don't remember it. I think it's the town. Anyway, that series. So it's Delilah Green Doesn't Care, Astra Parker Doesn't Fail, and Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. I love this series. It's a sapphic romance series. I love it so much. It gives me so much joy. Delilah Green was perfect. I loved it. Astra Parker was still really good, not my favourite. I didn't like the romance lead. She was a bit weird sometimes. But this one I'm really looking forward to. I still have the sticker on it. But this is about Iris Kelly, who is one of the friends of, I think it was Claire and Delilah. So Iris was one of the friends of Claire and Astrid. And so we're gonna finally see what happens with her. Oh, don't they look gorgeous? I love this series. I hope Ashley Herring Blake continues writing like this type of stuff. The next book, Starling House by Alix E. Harrow. I have read and loved all of Alix E. Harrow's like full-length novels. I really enjoy her novellas. They're not amazing, but they're good. So this is her next book. It gives me gothic vibes, and it's about a house. I thought it was like she was going back to her hometown, but it's not. The main character, Opal, has an opportunity to work at Starling House, so she goes and does it, but there's like rumours about Starling House and it's slightly haunted and maybe creepy. So, love it. I was surprised when I read The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson and like loved it so much. This kind of gives me similar vibes, so this is one that I'm desperate to read. I'm actually hoping to pick it up maybe in the next couple weeks, but we shall see. The next one is Family Law by Elizabeth Acevedo. So I love Elizabeth Acevedo. I love her. I've given all of her books, if not 5 stars, 4.5 stars. She is an author that is just for me, like in terms of her young adult. And I'm very picky with young adult, right? This is her first adult. It's her first adult literary novel, and I've been waiting for this moment for years. I've been waiting for it for years. If you don't know what this is about, oh my god, look it up. It sounds amazing. So so Flor has a gift. She can predict the day when someone will die. So when she decides to host her own living wake, bringing together her family and community to celebrate her long life, her sisters Mathilde, Pastora and Camilla are concerned. What has she foreseen? And it's all about secrets and the family coming together, and it's about women and sisters and like sisterhood and mother-daughter relationships and all that sort of generational thing that I love. I'm so looking forward to this. I can't wait. I can't wait. The only thing is, the reason why I haven't picked this up immediately, right? The paperback is so stiff that it's slightly off-putting to like have in my hands, and that's why I have. It's a really stupid reason, but it's like a sensory thing. I think I'm really struggling. Like it's so stiff. That's what he said. I just don't enjoy this, you know. I don't enjoy it. It's too stiff and it's off-putting, and I don't like whoever organized like the paper and like the is floppiness something that you can like ensure as the publishing house, as the printing? Please, this is not fun. It's just I don't know, it makes me, anyway. let's move that aside. Okay, the second last question, sorry. Is there a book you think could shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Honestly, any of those three that I just said. Even like East of Eden, I think has a really great shot at being an all-time favorite of the year. But I also have two other books that I think could be incredible reads, and maybe not my favorite, but like definitely in the top 3. And the first one is When I Sing Mountains Dance by Irene Sola. It's this gorgeous book. This has been a book that I only recently picked up, I think in like September. I saw this book at my local library and haven't been able to find it since. I don't know what happened. But I saw it at Neighbourhood Books, which is a bookstore in Northcote. And when I saw it, because I hadn't seen it in a bookstore before, I immediately picked it up. This is, it gives me like Gabriel Garcia Marquez vibes, like 100 Years of Solitude. Very speculative, very much the land is a character in a story. I'm pretty sure it's not generational, but slightly, it's about a family, and it's a story of love and loss. So this just gives me so many vibes. I thought it was a short story collection at first glance, but it's not. And it's been blurbed by Ali Smith, Mariana Enriquez, and Camila Gordova. Incredible blurbage. So this could be very easily takes the crown for the year, as well as this one. This is Brutes by Dizz Tate. This gives me bunny vibes, right? Because, well, it gives me bunny vibes because it's about feral women, right? But also it's the entire story is in a chorus voice. It's from the perspective of a we, like it's a plural. So I just think that's going to be so fucking cool. It's going to be so good. It's about obsession. It's blurbed by Sophie McIntosh, who I read Cursed Bread earlier this year, which I loved. And like, if that's the vibe, that's the perfect vibe. It's the perfect vibe. So this could very easily become the winner. It could take the crown again. I'm very excited. And just something about look at that. Oh, stunning. Okay, last question. Have you already started making plans for next year? Yes. I have so many ideas and so many reading plans and so many things to do, but the one that I mainly want to think about and put out there is I want to do a video where I read Mona Award. So I want to read All's Well and Rouge and make that like a dedicated reading vlog. I also have plans to really focus. I don't know if focus is necessarily a good word, but like focus, I guess, on reading through series. I've been pretty slack throughout the year. except for like the past like week, I have powered through like 4 separate series. It's in terms of like the sequel that have just like recently come out. So I want to focus a lot on that. I also have this idea, and I think I talked about it briefly in like a previous video, where I want to do a dedicated like reading project across a month or 2 where I read my unread fairy loot books. For like the end game is to evaluate whether it is a subscription that is working for me personally. So that's an idea that I'm thinking of. I also have in my mind kind of like a list of books that I think I want to prioritize for next year, which could be another video, I guess, and a blog post. I am planning on being more proactive with my blog. It's just this year has been not very conducive to me sitting down and writing, because writing, I was doing that for like my thesis and like research and stuff, and I was just kind of not in the headspace for it. So I really want to take a focus a little bit on my blog and do that sort of stuff. But they're the main ones. There's a lot of books that I said that I would love to read in 2023 that I haven't yet read. And I think it's because my classics reading went a bit downhill this year. And I think, actually no, I was going to say I don't know why, but I do know why. I do know why. It's because this year has been really weird. My motivation has been everywhere. My energy levels have been everywhere. My mental health has been everywhere. Like it's a bit of an up and down. And going into next year is even more, I want to say like there's even more, not stress, but there is a level of anxiety because I don't know in terms of like employment, you know, academia, especially for people like me who have just kind of finished their PhD and are in like this weird space of like wanting to get into the academy, but like the jobs that are really offered for people like me is you know, like tutoring jobs, which are when you teach, like, you know, in the tutorials for university, which is really great and I really love it, but there's no real stability there because you don't know until next year, and there's a level of insecurity that makes me very anxious. And I think that me like forward planning and stressing about the future has affected definitely the way that I read and the way that I'm, you know, consuming media at the moment. Like I haven't been able to watch like Wheel of Time season 2, Good Omens season 2, like really like Heartstopper. Like I've just not been able to consume like new content in terms of like shows because of just everything. I even like have stopped watching Critical Role because I'm like I can't, I need something that I just know. So I've been rewatching Supernatural. Like that's when you know that's when you know, okay, that your mental health is a bit because you're rewatching Supernatural, which like, is that even a good idea, Alex? No, it's not. So that's definitely affected me this year. And so next year I really want to focus on just reading for fun and taking it slow, which I've been really happy that I've been doing this year. I think I've really focused on not being in a competition with myself and just taking it as it comes. So that's been really good. But I haven't been organising TBRs because I'm not going to do that yet. I think I have like broad ideas for videos and I will like organise like master TBRs surrounding that a bit later on when I have time to sit and think about it. But I know that I want to continue my TBR takedown series, which I know I've been a bit slack on because I haven't had the motivation to read the book that I picked out of the jar for the most recent episode. But don't worry, it's in progress, it's filming. I really want to continue doing that because that is just so much fun. It's so much fun to do. I'm going to start a new series about series reading, which I've already talked about. I kind of want to I want to continue reading the Black Dagger Brotherhoods series by J.R. Ward. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a dedicated reading vlog for that series, because I feel like I have a lot of things to say, and I will have a lot of things to say about that series, so that could be a fun series to do. But I do definitely know that next year is another year of the TBR, wherein I will be trying to knock down as many books as I possibly can from my physical TBR and have fun while doing it. But yeah, and I think that's really all that I'm considering at the moment. Trying not to overwhelm myself too much with pressure. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited for reading. I'm just so lucky. I'm so lucky to have these books and to love reading as much as I do. Yes, and that's it. I hope that was fun for you to watch. Okay, I'm gonna go now. As per usual, happy reading, my gorgeous friends. Take care and stay safe, and I will see you next week. Bye.